Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account. Got some diamonds to collect up here, but we wanted to look at the signature swap event. So overall, this is one where you can swap the signature items. We were hoping it was going to be a reset, and you're actually going to get a total of 4 swaps throughout this event. Now, one thing that a lot of players did notice right off the bat is if you're looking and if you're swapping a specific hero, which I don't understand the logic why you just can't sort the heroes in here. But if you're looking at a specific hero and then you're looking to essentially swap them, some of the new heroes you can actually swap to and be able to pick everything out of the heroic ship. So I don't know if it's intended, if it's kind of a bug, but remember, when you're in the merchants tab and you're looking at this heroic ship, players are doing swaps for the heroes that are within the heroic ship, and they're doing it to pick up the extra chest right here with the plus 20 and the plus 30 signature item. So ultimately, you don't want to get stuck with the heroes, but again, if you're not building them or if you have no plan to build them, players again are swapping them just based on what you can get out of here. For instance, right here with the hero growth and the dance of endurance, you can actually go in here, swap it, and pick up the chest. And then, of course, once the next swap is available in 48 hours, you can swap them if you don't want them to have the signature item. Now, overall, as of right now, with the new hero, it doesn't seem like it is worth it to build the new hero. So at this point, again, I know I'm building them out in this account because we do have all of the heroes built, but overall, it doesn't seem like the hero is effective. Now, the hero does well, but the hero requires a plus 40 signature item, which overall, you're probably looking at a very, very small niche percentage to get that signature item essentially built up to that point. Is it worth it? Probably not. For a majority of players, if you're not really wailing out with the abilities that we have with these new heroes, it doesn't seem like it's going to be really beneficial to go in there and really build that out. Now in here, we are still looking at getting out our poke coins. So I did put a little bit more in here. We'll pick up some poke coins. We'll pick up our twisted bounty. Now, when we're looking at what we're building out in here, and again, this is a question that I get a lot of times when it comes to actually building these out, is there are really just a very streamlined, honestly, that I'm buying in here. So looking at our monthly card, we're getting the monthly card. Noble Society, we are picking up both of these. So we're getting our red chest. We are also getting our elemental cores. Here we're getting the first, again, level with the poke coins. That is it. We're not getting anything else with the deluxe path, not getting anything in the Regal rewards. So even here, we're pretty limited to what we're buying in here. It does keep the expense of AFK Arena kind of down. But overall, when you look at the heroes, we really don't need many of those. We could pull a Celestials or a Hypo, possibly an Awaken. But overall, when it comes to the build, when it comes to the probability of pulling one, it's not worth the cost. In my opinion, when we're going through here and we're doing all our summons, we're getting all of our diamonds, not really worth the cost at that point. So we also did get this one, limited True Love Vows avatar frame. That is right. We didn't hit the top 100, but I am perfectly okay with it because like we have said before, there's only a point where you can only wear one of these at a time. So if you've gotten 15 avatar frames before, you can only wear one at a time, but I do like this one. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it on here. Now, with a lot of these, they do cover up the face. That is what a lot of players don't like, is a lot of the frames actually have a little piece right down here. And it seems like either the picture's a little too zoomed in or the avatar frame is just a little bit too large to really build that out. Now, in addition, we're also trying to still build out, again, Lucius quite a bit. And we're also still looking at building out that awakened version of Leica, which I'm thinking at this point, we might be able to build the signature items a little bit higher. We're picking up our red chests. We're picking up our emblems, also picking up right here with our engraving mats, making sure that we're getting those. And then, of course, more red chests out of here. It is the accumulation of all of these. Now, of course, we did get some rare cards out of there that were free for building out the heroes, but I believe this might be finishing out Leica. Finally getting to the point, guys. There we go. Boom. Leica goes to a 40. That, of course, makes a big difference when it comes to damage. Overall, getting her damage just scaled up a little bit higher, but getting her to that 40 to unlock that ability. Now we look again, kind of like we were talking before. Lucius, we are moving up to a 40 as well, just kind of based on the abilities, moving him up to a 40. And then looking at the engraving. So we're actually going to be engraving him a little bit higher. Now, one thing to remember with him specifically is this SP effect. So attack rating is increased by 100% of the defense, crit rating by the block rating, crit amplification by the crit damage resistance. So looking in here at what we want to build him and actually taking him plus or higher than the 60, we want to build out this defense. Now, of course, not only is he going to have a little bit more survivability with the defense, but when we're building this out with the defense and the SP effect, this is going to be building out his attack, which is exactly what we want. So not only, again, are we getting the benefit of getting that defense, but we're also getting getting him built a little bit higher. So boosting up the attack in here is going to give him more attack overall. Right here, again, just kind of based on the SP effect, it is going to be increasing his attack rating. So not only can we increase the attack rating with the defense rating that we're increasing, but we can also increase the attack rating in here as well, just based on simply the attack rating. And then, of course, looking on this side, the physical pierce is, of course, going to translate into damage, but the crit block resistance right here is going to translate into crit, which is another one that we're going to build out. So we are going to be taking him quite a bit higher than we normally do with these heroes. And I'm almost also thinking to take him to an 80 for that PvP aspect. Now, of course, we're seeing him in a lot of different places. That is one of the big things, guys. We're going to have the March tier list coming out pretty soon, but overall, we're seeing him in a bunch of different places, which is really cool that we have a new hero. Again, I know a lot of players don't really want to build a ton of the new heroes, but overall, the effectiveness of them does work incredibly well. Now, when it comes to the swap, again, I kind of went through this back and forth depending on who I'm going to swap and who I really want to build, because there's a couple ones in here that we do have the plus 30 signature item. Overall, we're not using them at all, but you also have to keep in mind that when you're doing the swaps, let's say we want to swap Flora for another hero, this only includes the Celestials and the Hypos, and it also does include the Awakened heroes. We didn't know if that was going to be the case before, but it does. But you also have to keep in mind heroes like Flora with the stall team, heroes like Flora that are doing damage within the Celestial Tower. You have to make sure through a multitude of game modes within the King's Tower that you're not going to be messing up essentially heroes that you're going to use or you're going to want to build later because of the utility that we're seeing in the tower. Let's see if we have a couple stones to pop open here. I think we only have one. Boom, there we go. There's another copy of Silas, which again is just going to be kind of a rinse and repeat in there. Now in here we have 10,000 poke coins because of course we got some summons, but out of here, we'll go ahead and pick these up. Lilith is killing it. I think Lilith is absolutely crushing it with all of these new heroes, building them like crazy. And looking in our Noble Society, or excuse me, Noble Tavern, again, we're saving all of these. We already have Valkyrie built. We also do have Lucius built. So again, we're just saving all of our resources. And out of the store, we're buying our arcane staffs and our time emblems every single day. Now, Dream is up again. Now, we just had the reset with Morgana, who is the boss up in the Nightmare Corridor. So I'm going to go ahead and save these. I've been buying out both of these, either the twins or Frampton, because we're doing the exchange for both of those. Eugene, we're still working on. Have another 17 days till the reset in there. And then, of course, we're getting very close with the 19 days to pick up the rest of the essence. In here, I have started buying again. We bought some Emblems of Space because that's how we're going to build out our dimensionals. But we've also been picking up these red chests and really focusing on getting them from everywhere. And of course, Mortis. I thought about Mortis. I thought about the red chest. Overall, the effectiveness, I don't feel like it's going to be a really big game changer if I'm picking up Mortis. But I do like to build them up to the 5 stars because essentially, once we get them to 5 stars, we can start doing the swaps. If we do get additional copies, or he'll actually be dropped out of there when we do get those additional copies, because I believe he's already at 2 stars, maybe going on to 3 stars with this one. Which, nope, there's a copy of Silas. So he does remain at 2 stars as we continue to build up all of these heroes, kind of one at a time, really, when it comes to the building, just really building them out one at a time. And again, True Love's Vow is over. Heroes of Esprit, we're doing a lot more progression. Temple Rift, unfortunately, we can't get in there right now. Treasure Scramble is coming up pretty soon. Heroes of Esprit, we are close. Now, we're trying to hit that 12,000. At that 12,000 mark, of course, is going to take us right into Masters. So that is where we want to get. But every time that we have players going into Masters, essentially it's less players that we have to fight outside of Masters. And again, looking at the 181 million, that's probably on par with where we're at Even here, what's that, 15 levels? We're going to have to see because there's Tarnos, which means they're very heavy player into PvP. And there we go. So we got a little bit more. And again, a couple more resources. You can even see the season 11 frames right down here. But look at 421. That is a monster account right there. 341. Look at it. The 40 with the 36 furniture. Yeah, not even going to attempt that. We're just going to get absolutely stomped right there. But a 178, and you have to pay attention to exactly who you're fighting in here and what lineup you're kind of fighting it with, because we should be able to win a couple of these little ones. Getting 100 points here and there. We're about 680 away from building this up again. 253, 191. Those are some pretty big teams in there. 194, that's probably about where I'm at right now, which about 10 levels away. So we might be able to win this one. Again, starting to see a lot more 40s, starting to see a lot more of the furniture in here, making some progression. And we're almost up. I love the frame. I love the frame with Lucius. That is really tight looking. And there we go. If you remember the old school magician's hat, this was actually an avatar, animated avatar that you could get from the magician's hat that we just seen in there. So there's 90 for 96, 215, 235. We'll go ahead and pick up another 96. And again, we're trying to kind of cater the battles into ones that we know we can win. We've already got all the loot out of there. We're going to get to Masters and probably just honestly chill in Masters. I don't think we're going to make much progression, because usually with Masters is you get to the very last day. And honestly, if you can beat someone really in the last, and the players really kind of game the system, but if you can beat a player within probably the last 20 to 30 seconds, you can get into the top 2,000, which is how we have seen a lot of players that have been moving into that top 2,000, is attacking a player that is a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker that you can win at the very last moment when the reset is going to happen. I know last time we got kind of pulled out a little. I guess we lost some of the resources that we had in there. And even here, guys, we're getting into the much stronger teams. There's a 174. That should be a quick 67 right there, just based on where we are. Now, remember, we're on level 150 or 853. I think we're running about 850 plus. We just need a little bit more. What do we need? 101, and we will march in there. And as you can see, the numbers aren't here. There's a 97. That is going to put us literally right there to the front door. And again, as players continue to kind of move forward, and you can see they're running the same formations that we're actually running in here. That puts us, what, 4 points away? Let's see, 2, 3. There's 4 points, guys. I want to see if we can hit this right on the nose. Get this done. 304 to 325. Again, shouldn't have any problem moving through here. And that puts us at 12 exactly. Maybe we need 1201. That's pretty funny. Do we need one more point? Let's go in here. Got to spend some diamonds. And I think, again, I thought 12 was it, but it might be 1201. So literally when you get that 1 point for the break point to move up a little bit further. And let's see. Or no, maybe it's higher. Maybe it's higher. Maybe I'm way off with the points in here. Because what is it to move? I believe it shows in here. Yeah, I might be completely off with where we need to be, because that's 1202. I thought it was 12 for some reason. Maybe it's 12,500. I'm going to have to see, because this one we're probably going to lose just based on, well, we're still quite a bit stronger. But maybe I'm way off. It is maybe 1250. Snorlax, look at that. A sleepy Pokemon right there. That is awesome. What do we got? 390. That's some pretty big accounts. 212. Might be able to do a 212. I know you can see it. I forget where it is, which again, this is literally one level off. So we dropped 76 points right there. That is crazy, because of course that means that we're going to have to make up those other 76 points. This is where players get stuck. So what a lot of players do is they kind of sit right here. Some players will attack them. Some players, just like we've seen, we will attack and we'll actually lose from a player, or we'll get attacked and we'll win. We'll actually have a victory. Because last time we did this, I actually came back and somebody had pushed me into Masters just based on the win percentage, just based on when we got attacked. We did get pushed into Masters, which again, I'm using the basic formations. We did see this a little while ago. And again, another 62 points. I'm going to call it quits there because we're out of tickets again. I'm not going to spend any more diamonds, but I do want to hop in here. We'll do one quick. Oh, we don't have enough for summons. We don't have the 3,000 for the desired summons, but that's okay because we will get there as we continue to build out these heroes. PvP, not a fan of, never played PvP. Don't really like the game mode, but overall, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.